Pika! No musical intros! Jeez, do you want us to get a copyright strike? He's tempting fate. Dun dun da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. Welcome to the show. It's the time for the Comics Coffee Table. God bless, namaste, good luck, and how are you today? It's time to take a break, take a few minutes in your day, and talk about comic books. Indeed, haha. Pull up a chair, bring a cup of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. Hi, you're welcome here. Bring a stack of your funny books, and let's talk about them. We're going to leave the real world's problems over there for a few minutes. We're going to pull up a chair over here to our very own Comics Coffee Table. Bring a cup of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. And bring a snack while you're at it, too. I'm a little peckish. I like cheese and crackers, a nice charcuterie platter with your finest meats and cheeses. Get on that, kid. All right, straighten up, you. How's it going today? This show is pre-recorded live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals. And we congregate daily, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily is when the show premieres. There's a live chat premiere that's always hopping, full of great people just talking about comic books. And you can always continue this comic book shop style conversation in the comment section. Do it! Zzz. Oh, we can do that one better. We can do that better. Do it! Zzz. Zzz. I just cleaned that thing. How did it get so dusty so quickly? You're a bad guy. Plaid Palpatine, your friend. What is Plaid Palpatine? Well, I should talk about that. But before that, let's look at the notes. The show notes that my executive producer, Pika, makes. And then I have to decipher his handwriting. And, yeah, we're going to... What? Format change? We have a format change coming? Really? Oh, awesome. I like format change day. Yeah, it's just, change the opening. Change it up just a little bit. Keep the content and keep going. But you know what? Just don't say the same thing over and over again. It gets kind of boring. I am going to keep the message. We're going to be messaging. We're going to be using our platform and our agenda and our messaging. Seriously? And also, yeah, I mean, the big part of the show is about the love of the local comic book shop. I love my local comic book shops. I've got a few of them. And, yeah, I favor one over the others. I was there last Wednesday, and I know all the staff by sight. They know me by sight. Can't claim to know anyone's names. There's a couple of them I do. And but one of them was just like, hey, you know what? You're always so enthusiastic, man. I love your attitude. And that's the same thing I get out here in YouTube. I mean, I am a complex person. I've got a rot inside of me. I can be evil. But what good is it out here on a show? I mean, I come to YouTube to chill out. I don't want to be wound up anymore. I want to unwind. I don't want to get rewound up. Be kind. Please rewind. I don't want to get wound back up. It just works winding up enough. Life, too. You take your break seriously. And if they changed your brand, then stop buying it. Just do something else. Read the old stuff. Find something. And I know it's tough. And there's, there is an outrage culture. and I'm part of it. What am I gonna say? I am. My friends, make YouTube content. I'm on their shows too, and a lot of the shows are like have that flavor of and that reputation of being a little outragey. Shit, my friend Wes at Thinking Critical got put on some kind of weird Reddit list of alt-right creators. I'm on his show not all the time, but I'm blessed that he calls me on his show to have me on a guest for a Saturday panel. Do you really think I would be on his channel if I thought the person was a real racist or a real ist or a real phobe? Why would I want to bring down our brand and our channel with that? It's bad enough being friends with Ethan Van Sciver and Cecil and John Malin and all them. Oh man, the lefties and the White Hats hate them. Oh Christ, it's so hard to be I would like to. But guess what? Ethan and his crew aren't the ones blocking me for liking your comics. I don't see Ethan Van Sciver blocking me because I'm reading a Donny Cates book. Oh, wait a second. I got a cough. That passed. So please get thine ass to thy local comic book shop and spend your money there, please. When these stores are gone, they're gone. I mean, the record stores are gone, candy stores, mall toy stores. I mean, what happened to our stores? Who's next? What's going to be next? I hope it's not the local comic book shop. Because that's where I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. Nerds and geeks are two different things. Nerds are more science-based, math-based, numbers-based. Geek has more to do with pop culture and comic books, movies, science fiction. So nerds can be geeks, but geeks aren't necessarily nerds. And nerds don't have to necessarily be geeks either. And remember, geek has a really colorful etymology from the old days of the traveling carnivals in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The geek was in the freak show. The geek was the guy that would bite the head off of a live chicken. So a geek is actually a very strange, odd person. And that's what you're being told you are with that label. If someone's labeling you as a geek, that originated, with, the freak show. You're a freak. You're not typical. You're not normal. So geek has a lot of baggage to it. If you didn't know about that, at least nerds are you're just you don't like sports. You might be socially awkward. You might have gone to you like your schoolwork and you got good grades. And I come to you for my, to steal your science homework so I can get a C average. Something like that, Thank you for our TEDx talk today. I wanted to do a TEDF talk. I mean, I just don't want to have a thing with, letters. I am reboxing, reboarding, rebagging my entire collection this year. And along the way, I'm getting my head around the 10-point grading scale and using the Overstreet Price guides, which I have right here. They were given to me by my parents for Christmas last year. And so this season is dedicated to my parents. Thank you. I love you. I'm getting since I'm reboarding, rebagging, reboxing my entire collection, I need supplies. And hopefully you do too. So I'm getting my supplies at the local comic book shop. I am not spending my money at the big box stores or my online supply chain. I'm spending my money and with the retail markup at my LCS because I'm giving them my business. And that's probably our highest compliment, I guess. You know, besides convenience and discount as well. I mean, the big box stores and the online supply chain kind of cover that. But what you don't get is supporting local business and keeping these local businesses open and thriving. I mean, that's a big part of, you know, human life is, you know, in society and a free market is that the market is open and free, and that, you know, it would be quite neighborly to just return to our shops and do our business there. I mean, it's easy for me to do that because, I mean, I live in a city. I don't have a car. I don't go to big box stores. I don't go to malls much, ever. You know, the online supply chain is a recent phenomenon for me in the past, you know, probably less than a decade or so. Probably, you know, past 8 years or so. Like, oh wow, Amazon, great, and it's pretty convenient too because I don't have a car. They deliver right there, and you can get a decent price. Some of those sales are really mad. I'm like, my mother is like, you know, she loves a good sale, and she's instilled that into me. And so it's not what you spend, it's what you save is a big thing. But we're supposed to be doing some Green Lantern comics today, but if you can see the iconic symbol on my chest here, you'll know that that's Superman and not. Well, I don't have any more Green Lantern t-shirts. That's kind of unfair to say. But it is the 85th anniversary. It's Superman's 85th birthday. Happy birthday, Superman. Woohoo! I didn't get a woohoo out of you. I got a woohoo. I didn't. I'd feel remiss if I'd be. Am I using remiss correctly? I would be. I tend to do that. Let's look at remiss. No, not remission. Remiss. Yes. Gosh darn it. Autocorrect. Lacking care, or I would be remiss. I'd be negligent. I would be lacking care or attention to duty if I didn't mention, as a comic book creator of YouTube content, a creator of YouTube comic book content. You got to get better with these notes. It's Superman's 85th birthday. Action Comics, #1, June 1938. 85 years ago this month. Well, it's a little more detailed than that. We're going to get into that real quick. But we're going to we're going to get back to Green Lantern tomorrow. We have a stack of funny books here. This is like why we come to our coffee table. We got a stack of books. There's always a stack of books. You know, it's a stack of movies out here on this coffee table. There's a stack of music. And there's a stack of video games we play. You know, there's an overfilled ashtray. You know, but we use coasters here on the coffee table. Please, thank you. You know what I mean? Stocking feet, no shoes. Do not get your dirty shoes off of my coffee table, you. Not you. The other person. Yeah, and a stack of comic books. We'd always try to get each other to be reading. And so, yeah, here's a stack of comic books. This is a short stack. Well, this is a small accumulation of Superman funny books I got. I got Superman in here. I've got a Superman limited series that was pretty good. I've got some Superman Batman. not, as opposed to Batman, Superman, world's finest. But this was Superman, Batman. This was the world's finest substitute for its own day, which was really, really good. And what started everything? Let's get into this. We're going to get into that because it's Action Comics. It's what started everything for superhero comics. There were superheroes before that, yes. There were comics before that, yes. I mean, it was 1935. More Fun Comics #1 was DC Comics, or nay, should I say National Comics Publications' first comic book. And to set themselves apart from newspaper strips. Newspaper strips was where it was at. Where it's at. Got 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at. Uh-oh. We need bags. Put bags on the list. Pika, your duties include lists. Okay, to the notes. So yeah, keep notes. Keep a comics supply. I'm looking for Crazy Food Truck #3. Food Wars, the manga that someone's told me to get. I'm still on the look for Nightclub #3 from Image. Seriously, I mean, just I can't find that anywhere. I'll have to spread the net even further. And then comes back issues. Like, I would love to get a copy of Cyberfrog #0 in the old Harris Comics days from the 90s. I would love to get Deathmates Black and Red. Just like, readable dollar copies would be fine, because I got the rest of them in the dollar bin. So I'm like, now I'm at the point, like, I need Deathmate Red and Black. But has Image published them yet, is the question. See, that's an old timers joke, huh? I'm looking for Spectacular Spider-Man #60. I'm also looking for Amazing Spider-Man #611, which has Eric Canetti's art in there. DC Comics #49 from 1982. Let's see, and so yeah, just it's a list of suggestions and things I want to get. Yeah, that's my list. Oh, and what did we not put on the list that we were supposed to put on the list? Bags. Here we go. Bags. We do need boxes as well. We do. And that's that. There we go. Our most current list. Check it once a week. Awesome. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm blessed and grateful you're here. And let's talk a bit about Superman and Action Comics. I'm going to read this from the Wiki. That's right. ATST. Wiki. That's where that comes from. It's my reference. Because Rich never doesn't say Wiki like I do. Rich Evans has this very Rich Evans kind of voice and ebullient and exclamations and laughter at a higher pitch and Rich Evans is a part of Red Letter Media. I love Red Letter Media. Check it out, and you'll find out where Wiki comes from. And so yes, from the Wiki, Action Comics #1, cover dated June of 1938, 85 years ago from now, from this month, this middle of the month. And we're in the middle of June. Now is a good. I heard it the other day on Twitter. Some comics professionals that haven't blocked me, that I'm still a good enough person to look at their precious tweets and arts. That I think it was Philip Kennedy Johnson, who's writing Action Comics, that I'm still buying Action Comics still. The story's so good, it sucked me in. That was Action Comics number 1055 was the last issue I bought, and I will be getting Action 1056. So Philip Kennedy Johnson tweets the other day, "Happy birthday, Superman! Happy 85th!" And I'm like, oh wow, how did that flew under my radar? And it is, wow, Action Comics, June 1938. Cover dated June 1938. Let's read this from the wiki. All right. Action Comics number 1, cover dated June 1938, is the first issue of the original run of the comic book magazine comic series Action Comics. It features the first appearance of several comic book heroes, most notably the Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster creation Superman, and sold for 10 cents, the equivalent of $2 in 2022. It is widely considered to be both the beginning of the superhero genre and the most valuable comic book in the world. And it's also the beginning of the golden age of comic books, according to the glossary in the back of the Overstreet comic book price guide. That's where that's where my standards come from, especially when it comes to defining ages. Before 1938, between the 1880s and let's look it up. We have the information right here. To be honest, I don't have to make it up. I can look it up. It's great. It's called the Platinum Age, and it was right. Okay, the Platinum Age, comics published from 1883 to 1938. It's right there. You see it? Platinum Age. It was the Pioneer Age. Comics published from the 1500s to 1828. So it's from 1828 to 1883. You have the Victorian Age of comic books, of comics. Comic books weren't a thing until until the 1930s. They had the Victorian Age right there. So pre-Golden Age. What are the pre-Golden Age ages? Well, it's the Pioneer Age from the 1500s to 1828. The Victorian Age from 1828 to 1883. And the Platinum Age from 1883 until 1938. So, Action Comics number 1 begins the golden age of comic books and starts the superhero genre. Yeah, there were superheroes before Superman. Crimson Avenger, Shadow, Dick Tracy, The Phantom, Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers. There's a list. Like a Mandrake the Magician. There was like Little Nemo and Slumberland, The Yellow Kid. These were huge comics. There was the Cats and Jammer Kids. There was Little Orphan Andy. There was just, Gasoline Alley. There was. I think Little Abner premiered later than that, but these were all newspaper strips. Everyone read newspapers. There were newspaper syndicates that ran, syndicated columns and what we know today is content. So like the syndicates, the newspaper syndicates were pretty much like, either a combination of our news stations with our online, with our content. So this is like our Apple Plus CNN, and this one's our Fox, like our Fox News plus Fox Networks. I hope you get what I'm saying, but comic books were new. Comic books were also kind of looked down upon. They weren't the funny pages in the newspaper. Everyone read newspapers. Only kids read comic books. Well, and younger people. And that gets stretched further and further the longer time goes. Let's get to it. You need a new bag. Therefore, you shall get one. Because I like you. You're a little... You have very few dings. Oh, my friend, you are very pristine. This is Superman 666. This is from... cover dated October of 2007. And the big thing I'm still harping on, cover date. Okay, the cover date is... the cover date of a periodical publication is the date displayed on the cover, which is not necessarily the true date of publication. Later cover dates are common in magazines and comic book publishing, and it's usually... So it says June 1938, so by the end of June of 1938, I am to take this issue off of my shelf. I can get some... And this is the newsstand mentality. I could rip off the cover and return it and get a credit because I didn't sell it. And we're getting to the point because Action Comics #1 hit newsstands on April 18th of 1938. It is only cover dated June of 1938. So technically... Superman's birthday is April 18th. Write it down in your calendar. Zatara, the magician, Zatanna, is it John Zatara? Yeah, Zatara. And John Zatara. Zatanna is his daughter. Zatara, the magician, also premiered in Action Comics #1. It's widely can be considered the beginning of the superhero genre and the most valuable comic book in the world. Action Comics would go on to run for 904 numbered issues, plus additional out-of-sequence special issues, probably such as annuals, issues number 0, and the issue 1 million. Maybe even like point issues or half issues, if that was even the publication gimmick then, before 2011. It restarted its numbering in the fall of 2011 and returned to its original numbering with issue number 957, published on June 8th, 2016, cover dated August. So that means you have like 3 months to sell this publication. Exactly. Now you can keep it and eat the cost of it and then sell it however you want, especially, if it's in great condition and regarding the Overstreet guide, or you can rip off the cover, a section of the cover, and have it, and report that to your distributor to be credited. I believe that's it. Please correct me if I'm wrong, especially if you're a comic book shop owner that knows the business better than I do. I'm just a customer. Published on June and reached its 1,000th issue in 2018. And this is really good. On August 24th, 2014, a copy graded 9.0 by the certified guarantee company CGC, the Slabbers, was sold on eBay for $207,852 US. It was the first comic book to ever have sold for more than $3 million for a single copy. And there were over 60 pages in Action Comics #1. Superman was only the lead off. It was the thickest comic as well. Kind of, actually, yeah. Because it was only second to Zatara, Master Magician. Superman by Siegel and Schuster ran from pages 1 to 13. There was this Chuck Dawson. There was Zatara, Master Magician. His feature ran from pages 20 to 31. So he had 11 pages, and Superman had 13. Or would it be 14 pages? How do we count? Do we count 0? Can we count are negative numbers really imaginary? Where's my slice of pie? There's South Sea Strategy. There's Sticky Mitt Stimson. The Adventures of Marco Polo. Pep Morgan. Scoop Scanlon and the 5-Star Reporter. Tex Thompson by Bernard Bailey, who would later become Mr. America and then later the Americamando. Tex Thompson. There's Stardust, and then there's Odds and Ends on the inside back cover by Sheldon Moldoff. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 stories in Action Comics #1, which was an anthology. And it sold, for 10 cents. It's about, and you can look that up today. What's 10 cents today? We're going to look it up. We use the CPI inflation calculator. And in June of 1938. June. Dun, dun, dun. $2.16 would have the same buying power in May of 2023. A 60-page book with advertisements and on newsprint. And today, a 28-page story will cost you at least $3.99. But it's on better page stock, paper stock, better cover stock. Yet, I mean, it was right after the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression and World War I. Young people, children had something that they never had before. Pocket change. And 10 cents, that give you a month's worth of stories. That you didn't have to go to the movie theater and you didn't have to go to the library and check something out. It was yours. You could read it over and over again and keep it under your pillow. You could roll it up in your back pocket. Just what a wonderful, and they were just really, it was really, that's when you could truly say that comic books were for kids. And here we have our not made for kids comic books. Well, it's not adult content, but seriously, let's see, this was $3.99 back in 2007 because it's a special issue. There's a little bit of a ding on this cover here. You can see that discoloration there. A couple of cracks on the spine, but besides that, this is really good. We got some killer Walter Simonson art. Just what a great way to open a story in medias res. Just a cold open. It'll catch you up real quick. This great Walt Simonson art. And it's just something spooky's going on. And you know us, we like to look at the advertisements. And so this is cover dated October of 2007, so this had to have come out October, September, August, July. This had to have come out July of 2007, so back to school. They're still being marketed to kids, or are they being marketed to parents? As always, we have video game ads. Alien Syndrome. I never played that one. I didn't play much games. Oh, I love the way Simonson composes his pages and his panels, the storytelling, the kind of camera angles, we could say, the zooms, the close-ups. I mean, there's no action to these 2 pages. But I mean, just seriously, it's just still, what a great story. Even by the pictures, we can just show, don't tell. We can see, that's Lois and Clark. Happily ever now. And then this is Superman having nightmares. Oh, wow. So we've done this before? And anti-marijuana campaigns. Would you run these now, or would you have ads for your local for dispensaries? Silver Surfer, the video game, not the movie. And still, it's I wonder if that would pass even too, because this is 2007, so this is before Marvel bought Disney. Disney bought Marvel, and before. Warner's owned DC since that goes back to Kinney in the late 60s. This would be the Kinney Corporation That was a huge corporation. Kinney Corporation bought National Comics Publications and then bought what was known as Warner Brothers 7 Seas Pictures, and then rebranded themselves. The Kinney Corporation was huge. And then they rebranded themselves as Warner Brothers. Just because, taking advantage of like the Hollywood angle. That's where that all comes from. National Comics Publications rebrands itself as DC Comics by 1977 or 1978. We got Xbox. I gotta get better at this. So sorry, it's just getting away from me. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. It's happy birthday, Superman. Yeah, it's Superman's 85th birthday. So we are just giving a little time and attention to the Big Blue Boys, the Big Blue Boy Scout, and the guy who started this whole thing. This love of superheroes we have. I mean, it all started here with Action Comics and Superman. Yeah, and this very special issue, the 666th issue. Nice. Oops, and you missed. You missed, sucker. Only once. Only once. That's from Lost Boys. Here we go. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We've been chatting about comic books. We're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. Tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. Be part of the conversation. Join in the conversation with the live chat premiere or the comments. And God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.